What's going on, guys? I'm Samurai and I'm back here to bring you another video today. In this video, we're playing Deathless mode in Infinity Blade 3, something that I haven't done in a very long time. This is my second run through Deathless mode. We're actually at the close to the end of it. Act 5, the arc, blah blah blah. I gotta go fight the worker, take him down. And so yeah, once you do 5 Deathless modes, or I think it's 10, 5 or 10, one of those, you get to do some new levels to your items. So I want to do that because I want to level up my main items that I use. My main kit for Cyrus right now is the Dragoer items, the Vile Thorn swords, and then a bunch of Titan Break gems and some other gems like my Dark Fire and all that other stuff. I still don't have his dual lightsabers. I need to get those, but yeah, we'll get those soon. For Issa, I use the her equivalent of the King's armor, the golden and silver one, and then the Master Stick, and a bunch of gems. I give her the Rainbow Defense gem just because I don't like playing as her, so I try to give her as much boost as I can because I really don't like playing as Issa. I think that was one of the weaker parts of Infinity Blade 3 because I don't know what it is. It's just she's not fun to play as. Her classes are similar to Cyrus's, but they've got that something. It's just they feel delayed. They feel slower. Even the duel feels weird. I don't know. It feels like she's a little bit slower than Cyrus. And I mean, obviously I like duel because it seems like the quickest fighting style to me. And I like the agility. I liked it from Infinity Blade 2 because it was just the strongest. It was just undisputably the strongest, the attack strategy that had the most capability for inflicting damage, and it also felt like the class that pros would use because you didn't have a way of blocking attacks, which always felt like a little bit of a cop-out to block an attack, which is, you can see here I'm using heavy with Issa, or staff, or whatever you call it, and it's pretty similar to heavy for Cyrus. It's a little different. It's different enough. I don't know. It's just weird. But that's not really a big deal. Most of the time I try to play as Cyrus if I can, though. So yeah, there's my equipment for Issa. So yeah, we're just making our way through here. I haven't played Deathless mode in a long time. I mean, I haven't played Infinity Blade 3 in a long time either, but even when I was playing Infinity Blade 3, I didn't really play Deathless mode that much. And I think that's because Deathless mode was just their way to replace New Game Plus. And as you guys know, if you've been around for a while, Infinity Blade 2, I went hardcore New Game Plus. I did over 100 New Game Pluses on my main save, and that was insane. I had so much stuff to master, and it was just great. And I loved that mode in Infinity Blade 1 and 2, even though I didn't play it as much in Infinity Blade 1. And I was really disappointed that it wasn't in Infinity Blade 3, and they chose to replace it with Deathless mode, which is never going to match up to New Game Plus, because one, it doesn't have the same capability because you can't infinitely remaster. I don't think you can. I haven't really kept up with Infinity Blade 3, but I don't think you can infinitely remaster your items. And it's just, New Game Plus was like, you had the two camps. You had the New Game Plus players and the Old Game players, and they both had different styles of play. Old Game players like to max out their character and then continue, see how far they can get. New Game Plus players just like to see how powerful they can make their character. Towards the end of Infinity Blade 2, they kind of messed with that balance by adding infinitely levelable gems, but it wasn't a big deal. I mean, it still kind of stayed for whatever reason. But in Infinity Blade 3, you have Deathless mode, which is cool. I mean, I like the idea of losing your items when you lose. It adds a little more meaning to each battle. But I feel like Infinity Blade 2 had the best incarnation of that idea of a game mode beyond the original game. And, yeah, but that's okay. As you can see, we're back to Cyrus and dodge break. I have an insane amount of attack break gems, so I can just go on for almost forever with these attack breaks. If I get a good dodge break, I can just go forever. Plus my Dark Fire gem inflicts a good amount of damage into these guys, and yeah, and it's, I don't know, I enjoyed playing this. I mean, it's not Infinity Blade 2, but I like the game. I enjoy Infinity Blade 3. I mean, I know I say that, okay, this step back is one of the, I remember that one from Infinity Blade 2, and as far as I know, it's undodgeable, so I decided to just use a Holy. And I have that skill where your spells are like insanely powerful, so I can take out like almost any enemy with one thing of Holy, which is always nice. But yeah, I mean, this part was really, I liked this like little section with the two enemies in this building, in this room, because you have like the classical music playing in the background. That was really cool. I thought that added like a cool atmosphere to the game. But these enemies the guy that I'm fighting right now with the two staffs, but they're kind of like dual enemies, but they're not at the same time. Those enemies took me forever to learn, but once I got the hang of them, they're really not that difficult. I mean, it was weird because Infinity Blade 2 didn't have any of those kinds of enemies, so when they added them, it was a new thing, new enemy type, and that was weird. I didn't really know how to deal with those guys, but it wasn't that bad. I eventually figured it out, and now they're pretty simple to me. And I hate getting notifications when I'm in the middle of a fight. It really messes with me. My Pirates Island is getting raided. But yeah, so taking down this guy. I forget what his name is, but whatever. And yeah, it's nice playing Infinity Blade 3 on the iPad Air 2, because previously I had an iPhone 5S and an iPad 3, and the only device that could show the super improved graphics was the iPhone 5S, and now I have a bigger device that can do that, which is really nice because the game does look a lot better. Like, you could see outside, the workers' blue light that comes out of the castle looked a lot cooler. You could kind of see the little rays of light. It looked really cool. So yeah, I really like that, and that's really nice. Kind of makes the game a little more, I kind of appreciate the game a little bit more now that I can see that on a bigger screen. And I mean, the graphics in the games have always been great, and they always made progress with each game. Infinity Blade 1 was stunning, Infinity Blade 2 was better, Infinity Blade 3 was even better. So yeah, I mean, all the games have always looked great. That's one of the marketing tactics that's here always used. And for good reason. I mean, they look great. And for this one, this fight right here, I hate fighting this enemy so much, and especially with Issa. So I decided to be a little bit cheap and use a rare health potion, 1,000 health every second, just to make it almost impossible to lose. But I still did alright in this fight. And I haven't played Infinity Blade 3 in forever, so forgive me if I am a little bit rusty. I'm mostly better at Infinity Blade 2 and 1. I mean, obviously, they're all the same game, so the skill carries over, but I haven't played Infinity Blade 3 in a while, just kind of learning all the moves. Here I got a parry chain, and I would have hated I hate those in Infinity Blade 1 because parrying is so much more difficult, but in Infinity Blade 3 and 2, parrying is really easy, so those are nice. So yeah, we took down the God King ? Fake guy. Down he goes. Oh, I made some good money off this mission. So yeah, we're going to go down to the final battle, fight Galeth. And this fight was surprisingly easy because, yeah, stop on this image because I love this image right here. Cyrus, or Ausar, and Galeth, or the Worker of Secrets, facing off in front of his spaceship. Anyway, here we go. He's going to fight me with his big Infinity Blade. Dodge break, and instantly in go with the damage, and tons of damage being dealt right here. And I have the super long break, so it almost looks like I'm going to take him down in one hit, but it cuts to a cutscene. Issa comes in. Cyrus, you got to finish him, blah, 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 and he looks back, and the worker's like, okay, anyway. Yeah, this video is almost over. I may be doing more Deathless Modes videos in the future. If you guys want me to, leave a comment and a like, and subscribe if you hadn't already. I like doing these videos, but if you guys don't like them, I probably won't continue to do them because I don't really want to make videos that you guys aren't going to watch. But if you enjoy, make sure to let me know, and I'll make more. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. I'm going to skip the ending. I hate watching the cutscenes and everything. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. This is it for this one. I'm Saburai, and I am out.